We're focusing on the wrist today and keeping it pretty simple. Wrist extensions and wrist curls are probably the most common and most effective way to strengthen the wrist. Keeping the elbow really still and only moving the wrist. Doesn't matter if you're using a weight or a band, just keeping it nice and isolated. Should feel the burn in these exercises. The ulnar deviation works the muscles on the inside of the forearm, and radial deviation works the muscles on the outside of the forearm. These ball squeezes can be a lot of fun, and they're a great way to combine all those movements that we just did. I find finger exercises so valuable when we're using the wrist. The muscles in the forearm will come down and cross over the hand into the fingers. That's why we need to work them. You'll find this pretty exhausting, I think, in a good way, of course. Once you're done doing all the fingers, make sure you do your thumb. The thumb moves in much more range of motion, so we have to work all of those ways. Stretching can't be forgotten, especially after a long day at work. The key here is turning the wrist out or turning the wrist in. You'll find a much deeper stretch that way. Hands have got to be stretched out. We have them crunched up way too often throughout the day. And this traction is a great little trick, just maybe while you're sitting watching TV or throughout the day while you're at work. Just a little gentle pull. Instead of going on your hands all the time, you can go on your elbows. It'll create the same work. Or instead of going on a soft surface, try going on a little harder surface. I find it a lot easier on the wrist. And if you really need to, you can roll up your mat and put your wrist on the mat and your hands on the floor and really spread your fingers. If you have any questions, let me know.